Hi, I'm Jake with AYBOnline, and I'm here talking to Bodie Lee of Lunar Games about Timespinner. So why don't you tell me a bit about Timespinner?
All right, so Timespinner is a 2D Metroidvania about a young woman who travels through time to destroy the empire that killed her family. It's a 16-bit pixel art style game that will remind a lot of people about kind of the games that they played in the 90s. You know, the late Super Nintendo, the early PlayStation 2D games, and the goal is to capture the feeling of those games, something that a timeless sort of thing. The main mechanics of Timespinner is kind of the namesake is that you can stop time, which is a kind of a combination of the Castlevania's stop time and Super Metroid's Ice Beam, where you can use enemies as platformers. So you can use this ability to kind of use enemies to get somewhere that you couldn't get before, or use kind of stop time to get past an obstacle or solve a puzzle. And the second kind of namesake ability is that there is time travel. So you will travel from the present to the past, about 1,000 years in the past. And this will allow you to change things in the past that will affect the future. And it's a very exploration-based game with a connected world. And if you like those types of games, then you definitely Timespinner would be up your alley.
Okay, so you mentioned freezing enemies to get to areas that you previously couldn't reach. So one thing that Metroid is sort of known for is the classic sequence breaks. So during playtesting, have you ever kind of found that people have skipped entire areas of the game, or sort of like, do you think this game will be like a legendary speedrunning game in the same kind of vein as Metroid?
Yeah, I think there's definitely some options, or like the possibility of the game being broken for speedrunning, and I'm actually totally okay with that. Like our audio team, Power Up Audio, they actually did the audio for the awesome games done quick in the summer recently, and they're speedrunners themselves, and so I generally take a positive view towards speedrunners. So if a speedrun breaking the game like is just hard to find, then there's a chance that I won't fix it because I'll just leave it in for them. We'll see if cool stuff like that shows up.
Oh, right on. So, if anybody exposes any kind of glitches or anything in their speedruns, is that the kind of thing you'll patch out, or do you think you'll support like unpatched play or anything like that?
It really depends if that affects the normal player. Like if the normal player would never find it, then yeah, I would probably leave it in. Otherwise, if it is detrimental to the average player, then
Yeah.
I would have to fix it.
Absolutely. Okay, so we talked a bit about what inspired the gameplay and the art style, but what inspired the story of Timespinner?
Well, the story is something that I've actually been making since I was a kid. At least like the story universe. Like there's several planets involved. It's kind of like a Star Trekky, Star Ocean sort of thing. And so when I went to make a game for a college class, I had just finished playing Mega Man X, and I was like, okay, well, I'm going to make a game. How can I make it different? So I added Time Stop, and then I took a character from that game universe that I've been making, and then I kind of built a game around her, and that's how the game became to be. It's actually kind of a prequel, actually, to kind of more games in this game universe.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, so sequel confirmed. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. All right, so out of all the questions I've asked you, is there anything that I haven't asked you that you'd like to sort of tell everybody about Timespinner?
Well, the game is scheduled to be released on Steam Early Access for PC, Mac, and Linux in July of 2016, and then after that, we're going to be releasing on PS4 and Vita, and then after that, we'll do 3DS. Yeah, and if it sounds like this is up your alley, then you should check it out coming soon on Steam. Add it to your wish list, or follow us on Twitter.
All right, well, this has been Lunar Games and Timespinner, so you should check it out, and thank you for watching.